Welcome to Rope Dropping Knowledge, where we guide you through the magic of Disney.
Giveaway, giveaway, giveaway.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, yeah. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Yeah, we only have a couple days left.
Mm-hmm.
So our black Mickey Mouse Loungefly woven black backpack is almost done as far as the giveaway, because that ends Saturday at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Must be 18 years or older. Live in the United States. And all you have to do is direct message us via Facebook or Instagram or info@ropedroppingknowledge.com if you want to send an email. If you do all three, you get 3 entries. You do 2, you get 2 entries. 1, you get 1 entry. What would you give up for Disney? And that means anything. You know, if you can't experience any Disney experience, that means parks, movies, everything. You can't do anything Disney, experience anything Disney unless you give up something. What would it be? Make it cool. That's it. That's all you have to do. The winner will be selected at random on Sunday. And, oh, yeah, we're going to be at the parks, so we'll be doing that drawing maybe actually from the parks.
Yeah. We could announce it in the park.
Yeah, maybe we'll announce
Or
it.
the video be like, so-and-so won.
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool. So, yeah, just remember, enter by 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This is a good giveaway. I'm glad to see we got a lot of new people, though.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you
cool follow.
to Dole Whip Float for sharing, and Runaway CM, Sunny, for
Yep.
sharing.
mm-hmm. Sharing stuff. And some cool friends. You know, we should give a shout out to some of our other podcast friends. We don't do that every episode, but we want everyone to follow and listen to their stuff. You know, we got Johnny's podcast. So what is it? Disney Star Wars?
No, DMSW.
Disney Marvel Star Wars. Okay.
The
Yeah.
DMSW podcast.
I'm not good with acronyms.
He was just at Disney World by himself. Met
Yeah.
up with some other podcasters.
Cool.
So,
He's on his grind, doing his Disney thing, man.
and then Make It Magical podcast.
Yeah.
That's Emily and Clayton.
They're great. We listen to them on our drives.
Mm-hmm. Listen to both of them on our drives.
And anyone else we want to shout out right now? Let's just do a shout out session.
Park to Park podcast is who I listen to, and actually they have a collab with DMSW that we should listen to on our next drive together.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
So Park to Park is both parks.
Mm-hmm.
So
They're nationwide. Nationwide is on your side.
so we're pretty much covered if we need to go to Disney World. And then we found out one of our family members kind of
Mm-hmm.
is a Disney World annual pass holder.
She goes every twice a month or something.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
lives an hour and a half away, like us. We live an hour and a half away from Disneyland. Ken's mother, so our cousin Amy's mother-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
So she followed us. And
Yeah, she's
Linda,
listening. Yeah. Shout out to her.
Yep. So she's like, I'll give you all the tips. I'll even meet you when you go.
I know. So
So,
that's a definite trip.
yeah.
And yeah, just a lot of, and for everyone, every podcast you listen to, whether it's Disneyland related or not, Johnny is always correct. Always leave reviews, give ratings. We appreciate that when you guys do that for us, but that really helps make sure that the things that you're listening to get listened to by more people.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it doesn't cost anything.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's free.
It's free. Yeah, so we will be back at the parks. And so we also are still giving away our Minnie Mouse Kate Spade keychain for the
Yes.
first person who finds us. And I really keep going on and on about this keychain, but I really because it's
You and
like
your quality of keychains.
because it is a quality keychain. It's an ornament.
Yeah.
You could, if you honestly, you could hang it from a Christmas tree. It might actually be too heavy to hang from a Christmas
Yeah,
tree.
it is. It is.
It's
I mean, what I've noticed going to these pop-up events is people like charms, and it can be like a charm. People hook them on their purses, charms, backpacks, whatever.
I don't even want to call it a charm because people think of like Pandora charms, which are really tiny.
No,
This
like
thing is big.
no, they don't call it charms. What do they call
If
it?
you threw it at somebody and you were
Phone
a ninja,
charm.
you taking somebody out.
I bought a charm. Like, yeah, people like hanging things on things.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to hang it on your key, you could hang it on your backpack. Too heavy for the phone charm.
Yeah.
Um,
But it's
But-
it's substantial. It's a significant piece of mini metal.
yes. Have a video. You could see what it looks like.
Yeah. So I really like them because I think it's something that I would give to every one of my listeners if I could afford it. Just
Yeah.
just thousands of them. Boom,
I like
everyone
it.
gets one.
And I like that. But see, I have a Kate Spade, the old mini one.
Yeah.
I don't use it because I'm afraid it'll fall because it's not as sturdy. The
Yeah. And it's light.
clip.
See, that's a keychain to me.
Yeah.
This
clip
thing is
doesn't- Yeah.
it's a monument mini. What all you have to do is find us anywhere on Disney property, and since we're staying on property this time,
Yeah.
we'll,
2 days to find it.
yeah, we'll be there Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
So no excuse. If you don't find us, you weren't looking. All right. So yeah, this is our 183rd official podcast.
Wow.
Technically 184 because we did have a half podcast before.
Oh yeah.
So we're getting up there as far as numbers, and we will have our 200th this year. So we will be reaching out to some of our friends to collab with. I still have. I know I promised people a lightsaber giveaway last year. Here's the thing, and I wanted to kind of touch on that. We never gave away a lightsaber. I have multiple lightsabers. I have one that I think I'm going to contact Johnny about. He doesn't know. I haven't. Well, I'm gonna have you contact him. You're the communication officer. Because it is something that I want to say for a particular show,
Mm-hmm.
but I want to collab with somebody who's actually into that subject matter.
Mm-hmm.
So, I want to spread the love and make sure. And when I say I'll just give you a hint. It's a Black Series lightsaber.
Yeah.
Hasn't been opened. Still in the box. I've had it for about a year and a half, and I've been waiting for this year to give it away.
Yeah. We could do it for our anniversary show.
Well, I want to wait for the show to come out
Yeah.
and
Oh.
see what I mean.
That one.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
So.
I thought you were gonna give.
Yeah, that's how many lightsabers I have. She doesn't even know which one I'm talking about. She's like, "Oh, that one."
No,
So yeah,
I was like, you better not be giving away our dark saber.
no, our dark saber's already opened and on above our fireplace.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's the dark saber.
yeah. It's
I
just
thought
the
that
hilt.
was a real sword.
Well, no,
Oh, the
that's a
hilt.
katana. This is you're just making me sound crazier and crazier. Yes, I have a real katana on our lightsaber. I mean, on our above our fireplace mantle, and then I have the dark saber in front of it, and then over in the corner to the left, I have a dual lightsaber and another katana. They're all working blades, full tang. And if you don't
Well,
know,
that's the what lightsaber you built too. isn't
yeah,
it?
and the dual saber is the one I have in front of it. That's the one my sister gave me.
Oh,
And then the one in the big bag is the Galaxy's
one you-
Edge from Savvy's Workshop.
yeah.
And then I have another black katana that's full tang, which means that the metal goes all the way to the
Yeah.
end of the hilt, if you guys don't know what that means. If it doesn't, it's not a real working blade. It'll break if you try to cut. Yeah, I'm a maniac.
Yeah, my mom's like, why is there so many swords in your place?
Yeah, and that's just the stuff in the living room.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah,
And yeah, my kitchen knives. I'm just kidding.
yeah,
I have kitchen knives.
in the kitchen, yeah. And then in the bedroom, I got other katanas and stuff.
So
other
don't break
lightsabers.
into our house.
Yeah.
You'll get sliced.
It was so funny because there was this meme going around. Remember, this was like a few years ago. That said, it was just kind of funny. Like, if you had to defend yourself, if someone broke into your house right now and you had to defend yourself with your the closest object to you, what would it be? And people were saying like a spatula because somebody in the kitchen, somebody said a bar of soap. There was all these like weird, funny answers. And I'm like,
Literally,
Sword.
sword.
Carbon forged katana. And
I
that's,
mean, the lightsabers, no, unless, Chantal builds us a real lightsaber one day.
Yeah, we have a genius cousin that could do that.
Everyone knows about her because
She's
they've seen her on Jeopardy.
Yeah. That was my request. Iron Man suit or lightsaber. Your pick. Yeah. So I'm a total nerd, total geek, I mean, even you're sitting on one of my, 4 jujitsu gis.
Oh, yeah.
That one's hefty. It
sitting
feels
on
like
it,
a...
I'm leaning on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm that guy. Just like that video you posted, that Dr. Phil. Look, that your man?
Oh. Look at your man.
Look at the
Look
screen.
at the screen. Is this yours?
And a lot of people probably wondering why I posted the actual video, because I wanted context. I was actually dancing to music. I wasn't just a madman doing a pirate hop in the middle of California Adventure for no reason.
No, we have the live video, but it's too long, and that was in the middle of the live video.
Yeah. Yes. So I'm only half crazy. All right. So yeah, more to come on all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we will be back at the parks, and there's going to be, well, I guess our main thing is going to be trying to get on Runaway Railway.
Yeah, check out the 100-year celebration.
Well, that's your
stuff.
main thing.
Well, I mean, all that stuff. And we'll talk about all the stuff that's up for that. And then, yeah, check out Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway.
Yeah.
We're actually going to be up there Friday night just so we can have magic hour.
That's how old I am, because because when me and Tracy first started dating and we first got our annual passes, it wasn't a thing to world drop from San Diego. Even though it's like an hour
We
thing.
did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It wasn't a big deal. It was like,
Yeah.
whatever. We wake up at 5 and bounce,
I woke up at 4:30. Yeah, we
Yeah.
bounced at 5:30.
Yeah. And now I'm like, can we get a hotel that's kind of close?
So then we could just get up and go.
Get up and go.
I was like, fine. Because, virtual queue, all that other stuff we'll talk about.
I'll pay for it. I mean, to me, that's worth the money.
Yeah.
So so we're not even just being at Paradise Pier for 2 nights. We're going to be at a Marriott the night before, just so we
So
can.
we could check in at Paradise Pier at 6:30
Yeah.
or 7 and make it to Magic Hour at 7:30.
Yeah. Then see how this whole virtual queue and everything works.
It's going to be crazy, I
It's going to
think.
be crazy.
I mean, we did it when we had to clock in, scan in at Rise of the Resistance
Yeah.
before, so it's not that bad.
Oh, boy.
Anyways.
Yeah. It's going to be madness.
Madness, I tell you, madness.
So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. There will be a ride that's missing.
What? No,
Yeah,
What
someone
ride?
named their kid after it.
that's at Disney World.
I know. Oh, that's true. It's just going to be
It's
different.
still open, and there's rumors that I'll talk about later when it's going to close at Disneyland.
On my birthday.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering because, it hasn't closed at Disneyland yet. I never went on it, so I didn't pay much attention.
Somebody posted it just now. I was like, what in the world? Somebody posted a TikTok with a baby. She's holding a baby. And the caption was, so sad. I named my baby after a ride at Disneyland that just closed.
All the comments were hilarious.
And I'm like, what? So I went to the comments like, what did you name your baby? And all the comments were like, tell Splash Mount Lee we said sorry, or tell Tower of Terror we said sorry because she said
They were
Disney.
going off.
She didn't say Disney World. She's Disney.
It was
And
so
then, like,
funny.
Oh, I'm sorry, log. And I was like, zippity doo dah. And I'm like, what the heck did she name her kid? And it turns out it's Briar. I had to go all the way down
Yeah.
to see what. I didn't get it, so I'm like,
Yeah, because that's all she put. You know what? This is me being my my
old man.
old man, sexist self. You women need to stop leaving cryptic social media messages. You know who this is for. No, I
Yeah.
don't. I honestly don't.
Or like something like those are so annoying. Those cryptic
Oh.
messages.
Oh my God. Like when somebody's like in a bad mood and it's a friend of yours. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no
It's
friend of mine will do that. I will block you.
days like this, sometimes it's like, what do you mean? What's wrong? Do I need to call 911? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, either say what's on your mind or keep it to your damn self.
So they like when a man tells you XX blah blah, or something like it's over or something. I'm like, okay, block. I will block you. You're no friend. None of my friends say that because I'll block them.
It's like, I want attention, but I want people to ask me what's wrong.
Yeah.
It's like, just say, hey, I'm having a bad day, for those of you
Don't
who are
even
annoying.
Text your friend. Text them. Don't put it on social media. I'm
Yeah.
having a bad day.
It's like, what did people do before social media? What would you have done? Put up a flyer? You know who this is for.
The universe has talked to me. I understand. Or something about the universe. Okay.
Oh, and then the New Year's resolutions. I'm cutting out all the negative people in my life.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Sheila.
Okay.
If you have to cut out negative people every year, you're probably the negative person. Just telling you. There's a common denominator here. It shouldn't be a theme.
Right.
Anyway,
Anywho.
poor Briar.
Yes. So her name's Briar. Her name's not Zippity Doo Dah or Log or Splash Mountain or whatever.
Tower of Terror.
Tower of Terror.
What was that Hollywood limousine ride in
Yeah,
DCA?
somebody said. No, actually, somebody put Great American because
Yeah.
it's the ride that replaced or Runaway Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway replaced
Yeah.
that ride at Disney World because John said that was the best ride.
Oh yeah.
It's Great American something.
Yeah.
Somebody had said that was one of the options. Because I was
I don't know.
like, what is your name? Is your name really Splash Mountain?
And honestly, respect if it is. If she actually named her kid Splash Mountain. Oh boy.
But she was serious. Her face was like, really serious, and sad, holding her baby.
So many people are like, and they turn it into a political issue.
Mhm.
Well, I guess Disney wanted to get it away because they thought it was outdated. It had some racist themes, from Song of the South.
Mhm.
And of course, it became like this thing. Again.
Yeah.
And honestly, did I care if it was racist? I mean, I don't think it was racist. I said it was
No.
probably a time gone by,
But it
It
at
is.
least at Disneyland, having Tiana there fits with the whole New Orleans theme,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
there's,
But I'm like scared that they'll get rid of Critter Bear Country
yeah,
because I like
maybe.
Bear Country.
I don't know. I doubt it, but we'll see.
Yeah. But
Um,
speaking of, that was the last day. January 22nd was the last
yeah,
day.
and Disney World.
At Disney World, it was a mob. Johnny had the picture. Everybody had the rope drop scene.
Mm-hmm.
People just stomping over other people.
But the funniest thing
Strollers
for
ramming
me
over you.
is people
And
getting
that
water.
People saved the water in a jar. So I thought that was silly That was already silly, right?
Mhm.
Then the next day, they started to sell Splash Mountain water on eBay and all sorts of places. And they were going at like 81, 100 and something dollars. So that's when I was like, what in the world?
Oh boy. I honestly wanted to see people who bought it.
I don't think anyone bought it.
Someone, at least one person had to buy it.
I mean, it could have been water from my faucet.
That's the point. There was this girl, this Twitch influencer who, this is gross, but she was, she's like cute, and she was selling her bathwater to all the simps that would follow her on Twitter, and people were buying it, and then she got sued because it turned out it wasn't actually her bathwater.
How did they know?
I don't know if they tested
How did
it.
they test it?
Yeah, I think someone must have tested it, and it turned out to be just regular tap water, and they sued her. Imagine being that guy. I bought this woman's bathwater,
And I got regular clean water.
and I got regular clean water. I'm aggrieved. I've taken this to court.
What kind of damages are you?
I want reparations.
Man.
Oh boy, man! I bet. Not imagine being that guy. Imagine being that guy's parent, because the guy I bet you was like in his 30s. Imagine being the father or mother of that guy, and like, your son is suing a woman because he bought her bathwater and it wasn't pure. Oh man, talk about failure as a parent.
Yeah. But back to Splash Mountain.
They were selling it. They were selling
But
Splash.
the ride's not closing down. It's retheming. So the water is still there. Why do you need to save the water?
The spirits know the difference.
What spirit?
The spirit of Splash Mountain. It's no longer
Man.
Splash Mountain. Now it's going to be Tiana's something. Tiana's Swamp Mountain or whatever it is. Because there's no mountains in New Orleans, I don't think.
No.
So I don't know what kind of mountains it's going to
Tiana's
be.
Bayou Adventure.
Yeah. So.
Interesting.
But I bet you the animatronics is going to be cool. I hope they put a lot of money into it. I hope they have like Hondo type animatronics to where it
Yeah.
like looks real.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you're gonna redo it, you might as well do the whole 9. Just go all the way. So, but yeah, people are buying it. And if anybody knows anybody who bought that water, I will interview them on this podcast. Definitely. All right. What do we got next?
Okay, so as you all know, the 100 celebration kicks off tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So Disneyland will live stream the celebration, the kickoff of the celebration tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific. So if you want to watch it and stream it, go on Disney Parks blog to watch the live stream. I mean, there are some people who it's a press day today.
Yeah.
So a lot of media people got to go today already. The decorations are up. The castle is, has platinum decorations and with the fairy godmother and the 100 plaque on it. And then there's the fountains on the 2 sides of the castle. Now there's a fountain.
Oh, really?
So yeah, if we could check it out,
Yeah.
magic hour,
Mm-hmm.
no people in front of us, we could actually check things out.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if we get up. Because our second day magic hour is at DCA. But there's decorations at DCA too.
Yeah.
And then there's these platinum Mickey and Minnie statues that they said will work the same as Disney World, where remember
The
Carrie
magic
was
bands.
yeah, Carrie was talking about you do something with your magic band. I'll have to ask her what I need to do. Like, do I just wave and something happens? But I was gonna message her later and ask her like, what do I do? Anyways,
It'd be funny if she. Oh, I wish I shouldn't say this because I probably should. I was thinking about doing it, but it'd be mean for her to tell you to do something weird.
yeah, like
And I'll
dance
just-
in front of it, and then your magic band will light up.
That would be such good content.
Hey, I'll dance anyways. You
Tracy
never
just
know.
dancing in front of the frog, in front of the.
Not the frog.
front
It's
of the
Mickey and
Pinocchio
Minnie.
or Minnie, whatever.
Mickey and Minnie.
I thought it was the statues like in a circle.
No, there's just Mickey at the end of Main Street, and then Minnie somewhere else.
Yeah. Okay. Well, dance in front of one of those and the hokey pokey and you're doing like all these secret moves.
Why isn't it lighting up? I'm doing the Running Man now. It's not doing anything.
That would have been so awesome.
Then you could post the video back. This is your man. Look at the screen.
Oh, that would have been sweet revenge. Yeah.
Sometimes I just dance anyways.
I know.
You've seen the videos my sister sends you.
Yeah. She gives you like this whole code. But first you got to start with your right hand, then your left, then your foot, and then you got to hop on one foot. You know, you look like that woman from Coming to America. And
yeah.
Then bark like a dog. You're like, woof, woof, woof.
But speaking of the statues, so the Platinum Mickey statue, it was installed. However, if you know Disney fans, you know you have to. They'll fact check you. So under the statute, it reads, "It all started with a mouse." So Disney fans are all up in arms because it's misquoted, and it's in quotes.
Mhm.
So if it just said "all started with a mouse" without quotes, it's fine, whatever. But since it's in quotes, the actual quote Walt made was, "I only hope that we never lose sight of one thing, that it was all started by a mouse." So it's really, it was all started by a mouse, not it all started with a mouse. So, you can't put the whole quote in there. That's too long, right? But if it's just that one about that it was all started by a mouse.
But who are they mad at?
They're mad at Disney for putting the wrong quote.
Oh.
And then,
Because it was Disney's PR team.
well, whoever made the statue?
I see. You're saying on
Underneath the statue.
the statue has the wrong quote.
Yes.
I see.
And it's in quotes.
Got it.
So,
But that was done a long time ago.
who knows? But,
I mean, the statue's been there.
yeah, if it's a long time ago, shouldn't they have some type of...
Well,
So
no,
are
but
they
I mean,
blaming it on Chapek?
yeah, you can't blame that one on
Can't blame
Chapek.
It was done when Chapek was still CEO.
I don't know. That's funny
Anyways.
though. It's funny.
That was the second mistake. The first mistake was I think they had a banner at the tram line or whatever, at the tram route, and they had the Matterhorn year incorrect. The date that, I don't know, it was the wrong year, and then somebody was up in arms about it, so they took out the banner. Now, the argument of it being too long doesn't really make sense because the mini statue reads, "A dream is a wish your heart makes." I guess that's a little longer,
Sure.
but they still had something to say about it. They meaning Disney fans.
You're a Disney fan. Don't be trying to separate yourself on something.
Fine. But I don't care. I'm like, fine, just quote whatever. Nobody's noticed. Nobody's gonna notice. Like but a dream is a wish your heart makes. So the complaint was it's a song from Cinderella. But Minnie Mouse has nothing to do with Cinderella and Princess. But at least it's the correct quote.
You should make a cryptic post on social media. I guess some people don't pay attention to quotes. And just leave it there. Everyone's like, who? What are you talking about?
I'll block myself. But yes, that's I mean, he's cute though. You know what? The concept is correct. It all started with a mouse. Something. Basically, you're saying it's saying it started with this mouse. So you get the gist of it.
paraphrased.
Yeah. But because
it is
it's
funny.
in quotes.
But the paraphrase on a statue is pretty funny.
No, but it's not a paraphrase in quotes. If they just didn't put the quotes there, I think
Yeah.
they'd be fine.
Yeah, but
You know?
they paraphrased to put it in quotes.
Yeah.
They should have put it in brackets.
Yeah, in brackets, right? So that they're
Yeah.
paraphrasing.
Yeah,
So
that's funny.
I thought that was kind of funny, but yeah, everybody's up in arms about that.
See, when I was a kid, way back in the Never days, like if you found something that was like an error, like if you had a baseball card that was an error, that was worth a lot of money. People get happy about corporations
Yeah.
making mistakes because it's like, ooh, I found that. I pointed it out.
Exactly.
Now people are angry.
Well, like Chapek said, right? I mean, not to quote Chapek, but Disney fans are really, they will pay attention. So you move, he said, you move a churro cart, 6 feet the other way, they will scream. He was being, he was exaggerating, but, that's how he talks. So
The problem with Chapek, though, is that he ignored those people.
he acknowledges that they, get
Look,
angry.
If you have anything that people get angry about, you have something of value. That's the one thing that you should remember. So
Yeah.
if people are passionate about a product that you have, that's not a bad thing. That's a good problem to have. I wish people would be like, rope dropping knowledge was, wasn't a full hour this one. It was only, 58 minutes. I mean, I think all of ours are over an hour, since, 2020, I guess.
Yeah.
2020.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we had those kind of Rabbit fans, I would be like, that's a good thing to have.
Yeah. Just so you know what that's.
Yeah, it's but it is what it is.
Yes. So okay. So then Mickey, what else is there going on? And then the monorail is all decked out in
The 100
sparkly
platinum.
with the 6 characters on it. So it looks really nice. Everything's just sparkly and platinum.
So it's going to be a picture day. So we checked the weather. Everyone remembers last time we went, it was raining, it was pouring.
Mm-hmm.
Cool experience, but as you notice, Tracy stopped coughing thanks to me. But
Well, now I'm sniffling.
yeah.
I caught a different cold after my uncle's
through all of
funeral. So my whole family got a cold.
Yeah.
It's not COVID, but I lost the most important thing is taste and smell. So I can't eat anything.
Thought you were going to say faith. Something. Yeah.
So Brian might have to do the next taste talk
Yeah.
if I don't gain back my smell.
But I don't even know where I was going. Oh,
Yeah.
because the weather.
The weather, yes.
The weather supposedly is going to be sunny on Saturday, 40% chance of rain on Sunday. So Saturday, I guess, is going to be the picture day because then we can hopefully get some good stuff for the platinum stuff. Platinum pictures.
Yeah. And it'll be, like the Disney 60,
Mm-hmm.
Disneyland 60 thing. It was there for like a year and a half. It'll be around for a long time, but now it's just new and we want to,
Yeah. Our listeners demand pictures.
Yeah, so then there's also the Lunar Festival going on at DCA.
Yeah.
So
A lot of stuff going on at once. So cool stuff, though.
Yeah.
I'm happy.
And I discovered that Disney fans and BTS fans overlap. So I've been doing like pop-ups with my sister.
Oh.
And she sells like makeup, but she's also doing BTS charms and keychains and such. So I met like a cast member who works at Downtown Disney.
Mm-hmm.
And then I met a lot of Disney fans. There were people with Loungefly Disney backpacks and just Disney gear. So
It makes sense.
they overlap a lot.
People who like cute stuff like cute stuff.
Yeah.
Some people like cute, colorful backpacks. Some people like cute, colorful Korean boys.
And BTS is on Disney Plus now, so it's like I see how it overlaps.
Yeah.
So
I think it's funny because because it's like, and I think I was telling you this, that like kids who are like 18 now, they would look at BTS, it's like old men.
yeah,
Because they're like some of them are like 30,
yeah,
or approaching 30.
they're 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like an 18-year-old would be like, huh? Now, that doesn't mean they can't still be popular because I know that a lot of my, the Mexican side of my family, a lot of my Mexican friends, friends of Mexican heritage, like Maná, that group.
Mm-hmm.
And they were playing back in the 80s, I think. So like our parents like them. None,
Yeah.
you know. So
Well, like, you know, we were in the 80s, right? Duran were older and the teenagers like them.
they weren't.
Weren't they in their 30s or
No.
something?
No, they were young. You were just
Oh.
young. You were just young, so you probably looked at them.
Yeah.
Because if you were in middle school, a
Yeah.
20-year-old is old. You know, they
Mm-mm.
weren't in their 30s. But no, like Mana, like I'm saying that there's kids who will go see their concerts that are actual kids.
With their parents?
Yeah, 16, 17-year-olds will still like them.
Yeah.
And even though they're in their like probably 50s.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Hmm.
So it can be done. Longevity can happen.
Yes. Yes.
What's next?
So also, as part of the, I don't know if this is part of the 100 thing, but the Encanto package is available now at Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique in Disneyland and Disney World. So it's basically, you know, the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique does the princess stuff where, so the package is Encanto is available now. It's $179.95, and it includes hairstyling, shimmering makeup with face gem, princess sash and cinch bag, nail polish, Maribel or Isabella gown, and then coordinating accessories such as, I don't know, you know how they have wands and things like that. So I don't know what coordinating accessories are,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Sexist.
Huh?
Sexist.
No, they have the prince thing too. Remember we talked about that.
Well, they better have Bruno.
Oh, there's no Bruno.
Well.
There's just Prince whatever, and you can be a prince.
We don't dress up like Bruno?
No.
No.
No. But I think this is cool. I
want to go there. I'm going to go there
do
and I'm going
this.
to be Bruno. I'm going to say, I demand to be Bruno. He's been hidden in the in the closets and behind the kitchen for too long. Rats on his back.
Now you're making me cough again.
7-foot frame and rats up on his back. I want the whole package.
No, it's just Maribel or Isabella. You get the gown. But I think it's cool because I've seen somebody do that. And
Maribel,
kids
Isabella,
all-
why? Because they're pretty. Well, because
well,
they're cute.
the kids are all pampered.
Why not Louisa?
And, you know, I don't know. That's just all the two that they have.
You paint some Hulk arms and put them on a
Those
little
are the
girl.
only two options.
Well, I think it's
Well,
I think
you
it's
have
cool.
other princess options like
Yeah,
Belle,
yeah.
I don't know, Snow White.
Hmm. I'm just joking, obviously. You know, I think it's cool. I think Encanto's a really good movie. So Bruno would be fire, though. It would be fire. Let's admit it. Oh man. Well, those are the headlines, and now
It's Taste Talk with Tracy. Mash some magic in your mouth.
Mickey-shaped blueberry scone
hmm,
is what we want to talk about this week.
yeah, right before you lost your taste. That's the last thing you've tasted.
No, I tasted Lunar New Year stuff that my mom made.
Yeah, I'm not talking about at Disney.
Oh, at Disney.
It's-
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the last
yeah.
things. Last taste talk item.
But I was so excited today when I got to
When I
smell
fixed
the
you.
whiff of coffee, and I'm like, ah! I actually screamed because I was so depressed. I'm like, I can't smell anything. What if I eat bad food and not know it? Because I made you smell all the leftovers I warmed up. I was like, does it smell still okay?
Oh, you mean like spoiled food?
Yeah, because what if I don't
Like,
know? Because I'm just eating.
I thought you were just being a real foodie. Like, what if I eat some food that was gross and I didn't know it was
like
gross?
spoiled food.
Yeah. So the scone was cool. I liked it. You know,
I was surprised
it
at how
wasn't
moist it
super
was.
dry. Yeah, that's what I was.
Because usually
surprised with.
scones are dry if they're not made
Mhm.
well, you know. They're like super dry, but it was moist.
Now, here's the thing. I don't know, like, if you go to Europe and get, like, an authentic scone,
Yeah.
are they supposed to be dry? See, that's what I don't know.
Oh.
So I don't know if we're judging it. It's kind of like my friend's a tequila snob,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just like, you know why people like Patron? You know, a snobby,
Mm-hmm.
you know. You know why people like Patron? Because it doesn't taste like tequila. it's the kid is not supposed to not have any bite. You know, he's just looking at this slime thing. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. But
I wonder, huh?
yeah,
We should ask.
but I wonder if it's
Oh,
stone.
We should
Yeah.
ask Disney Ant. He's the English
Oh yeah,
Disney person.
yeah. English Disney person.
Disney.
Hey, English Disney person. Yo,
He's based
you,
in the UK,
English Disney
but
person.
he comes to Disney World and Disneyland like once a year or something.
We should have a sign. Hey, English Disney person.
Like we're American Disney person.
we should profile people at the park. Hey, English Disney person. I'm Australian. What are you talking about, mate? Oi. Nah, we just want to know about scones.
Yeah, I will message it. Like, sorry, random question. But are scones supposed to be dry or are they moist?
Yeah. Because some things are supposed to be a certain way, and then in America, they Americanize it, right?
Yeah.
And then we like it, you know, but is that really authentic? So,
Right.
I don't know.
Like the quesadilla egg rolls and the pizza bao at the Lunar New Year Festival.
But are they Americanizing it or are they Easternizing it? If you
don't know
take
what
if
they
you
did.
take Berea,
And then you just wrap it in an egg roll wrapper.
you're making it Chinese. You're making something Mexican Chinese. You're not making it American.
No, you're
Right.
Americanizing the Chinese food.
No, because Berea is the main component, and then you're putting it.
But it's an American thing to, like a Mexican.
You're saying the
person would
concept
do
of fusion is American.
Yeah.
So you're Americanizing it.
It's like putting cute Hello Kitty or apples on a mahjong thing. Remember how offensive that was?
Yeah, but I think that's Japanimizing it.
Japanimizing it?
Hello
No,
Kitty is
not
Japan.
Hello Kitty. I'm just saying they put apples and cherries and fruits on it, and I'm like, and people were all mad, like, oh, why did you do this? You know, like
Ah.
to mahjong.
Vietnamese and Chinese women just thought they were spoiling their luck. I'm not lucky now.
No, not us. We don't care. Vietnamese people are like, whatever, do whatever you want. But anyways, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the scone. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
But we enjoyed it with, alcoholic beverages. Of course, we couldn't do that at Disneyland. We had to take it from Jolly Holiday all the way to DCA in the rain. And they gave me a paper bag.
which
by
is
the
very
end of the-
British of walking with scones in the rain.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
It rains everywhere over there.
So by the end of the night, the paper bag was just tattered because it was raining.
No.
So, yeah, but it was good. We enjoyed it.
All right. So before we get into Dot Points Disney, we are going to be spoiling Wakanda Forever at the end of this podcast.
Yes.
So for those of you who stay, we always have a little giveaway that we do. We already posted it. And but for those of you who don't, want to be spoiled, we understand. Losers. No, I'm just joking. No, we
It's
understand.
coming out on February 1st anyways.
Yeah, it'll be out in
On Disney Plus.
Disney
yeah.
Plus. So, yeah, you just we'll give you a warning, and then you guys could just cut off, tune out, But we'll go through dot points before we do that.
Yep.
So, all right, now it's time for
Okay, so the first thing is, like I said, Splash Mountain at Disneyland is rumored to close in May this year.
Mhm.
So let's see. That's just a rumor.
Yeah.
Um,
my birthday month.
but what's sad is French Market and Mint Julep Bar will close February 17th to make way for the restaurant. But Mint Julep Bar, where shall we get our beignets? Just kidding. You could go to Jazz Kitchen, but that's also under refurb. But I heard it's part of it's reopened. But I don't know if the Express.
Yeah, Disney without beignets. Like in Game of Thrones, there needs to always be a Stark and Winterfell. There needs to always be beignets at Disney.
No, it's always churro. I mean, as long as there's churros,
I
it's
don't know.
fine.
We'll see.
But I mean, I think the Mint Julep Bar will reopen before the restaurant reopens. They just don't have a date yet.
yeah.
But let's see. And then, here's a cool thing. Coco Broadway show is in development. So there's going to be a Coco musical.
Yeah.
I'm going to go see Frozen in February. That's part of the 100 celebration.
Yeah. Like in a couple
Frozen.
weeks, right?
Yeah, February 10th.
Yeah. Okay. I think 3 weeks. Yeah.
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 So-
You need to take pictures and some video at that. That's content.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, you could have gone.
Well, actually, it's an actual play, so I don't know if they're gonna like.
No, they won't let you, but they
Yeah.
will before. You know how there's stuff outside
Yeah.
and stuff. But I don't know. Val's usually just like rushing through, and I'm like, wait, pictures.
I don't care about no pictures.
Yeah, Val just like rushes
I want
through.
to get
It's
out of the
like-
house.
Yeah. But yeah, so that'll be cool. I'm excited for that.
You're going to a lot of plays this year.
Yeah, so I think I told everyone last time. My friend, she has twin brothers, and her brothers have season tickets that they get for the three of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to the shows they're not interested in,
Yeah.
or they've already seen on Broadway because they have their season musical ticket holders at
Yeah.
several venues. So I know I was hoping her one friend couldn't go so that you can go. But no, she's
No.
it's the three of us. But
Let it go,
anyways.
Tracy. Let it go.
yeah, so I'm gonna go see Grease on February 4th, and then Frozen on February 10th.
All right.
And the Mark Twain Riverboat at Disneyland is closing for refurbishment on March 6th.
Is the other one going to be operating?
I'm not sure. The pirate one,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I think it's just Mark Twain that's close.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's refurbishment, so not sure when it's reopening yet.
Okay.
And then I think you found an article that says, will Disney and Florida kiss and make up?
Well, because as soon as Iger got hired, the same week they were basically, going through this whole thing about Reedy Creek,
Mm-hmm.
And I said they're going to come to a deal. Iger's going to get it done, and there's going to be some changes. There might be some space saving thing for DeSantis or whatever.
Yeah, this is what he said, DeSantis.
Well, this is what he said initially. They're reporting something that's old about the U-turn.
Oh, yeah, he says that we don't make U-turns.
Yeah, that's what he said on Fox News as soon as Iger got
But
hired.
he said there's a plan in the works.
Yeah. So, look,
Basically making
you
a
don't mess
U-turn.
with the mouse, And you don't want to get sued by some weirdo. Like, they're already getting sued, and it's like,
Oh, yeah, by those First Amendment
Yeah.
people.
no, I don't think that they have standing, but, we'll see.
Yeah.
But if everything gets worked out, it is what it is. And the cool thing about Iger is, like, that's how you do business, behind the scenes. He's not going to come out with some big statement that's going to cause a fight to make somebody, like, armor up.
Mm-hmm.
Now they got to, like, go even harder and double down, triple down.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to do that with and this has nothing really to do with just DeSantis, like with any politician. Like, because their whole career is based on how they're perceived by the public, they have to double down, triple down on certain positions,
Mm-hmm.
or else they look like they lost.
Mm-hmm.
Even if, and even though for a normal person, like changing your mind about something or saying, you know what, maybe I was overzealous here. That's not good in politics.
Yeah.
In politics, you got to be a
can't-
winner or nothing,
Yeah.
So, yeah, Iger's smart. He made a couple of statements and made them innocuous. And then it was kind of like,
And he's
and
silent.
then now we'll just
Yeah.
let everything happen behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So that's the way you do it.
Well, also in other news, a ring of pickpocketers snuck into the Magic Kingdom and stole cell phones and more, like cell phones, cash, somebody's purse, a charger, something like that, like a bag full of stuff.
That's not very magical.
I know. First of all, they snuck in, so they didn't even buy a ticket. They got in for free.
Yeah, how'd they do that?
That's why I was telling you, I wonder if it's the same guy who just pushed
Yeah,
his kid in or whatever and pushed the cast member
Nah,
aside.
I think they're on the lookout.
It's a different
for him.
guy. So yeah, it's a whole ring of pickpocketers. But they all got caught, so no worries, Disney World goers. You're
Well,
safe, I think.
The funny thing is like if you, I wonder if they would have if they got caught because of the sneaking in or because of the pickpocketing.
Yeah.
Because
Doesn't say how they got caught.
because that's not a very good criminal conspiracy. You don't want to commit 2 crimes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like robbing a bank but double parking. And then you get the money and you come out and there's cops waiting there writing tickets. It's like you don't want to. It's just not very smart.
Because you do need to be careful because the lady said she was. You know how people put their phones. You know the Loungefly backpack has that side part that's supposed to be for water, but people put their phones there, and that's how the one lady, her phone was missing. Is they just picked it out of her backpack because your backpack's in your back, so you can't see what's going on in the back of you. But they put their phones there, so they just picked it up.
I haven't carried anything in my front pocket since I was like 16. That's why
your back pocket.
My back pocket, yeah. I always carry everything in my front pockets. I don't know. I never understood. I used to, girls now, they always carry their iPhones in their back pocket, and it's like some of them
it's
just
big, so that's why it's only fits
but
there.
an iPhone,
But
a new iPhone's like
I don't do that
$1,000.
anymore either.
Would you carry $1,000 in your back pocket? You know what I mean?
The only reason why I stopped is because it always falls out during Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
So I stopped and I put it in my front, but then it's too big. So now I just wear leggings that have pockets.
Yeah.
Or,
There you
the fanny pack that's in the front.
Yeah.
And I wear it in the front.
Yeah. But you don't even wear it like a fanny pack. You wear it like a crossbody.
Right. It's in the front. So it's right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but people can't see what you're doing.
Oh, well, they know that's the new style. You wear your fanny pack like a crossbody in the front.
Yeah, but the front could be the front of your waist.
Or
too.
a belt, as a belt bag. That's what you call it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anywho. But
Well,
that's sad.
Yeah, I know.
Like to have a ring of pickpocketers, folks like targeting Disney World.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
Magic Kingdom?
kind of expected. There's pickpocketers and thieves anywhere. There's going to be a lot of tourists. So.
Yeah,
could-
but you'd have to try to get in. How did they get in?
They snuck in, which is dumb. You want to buy tickets, and then obviously you don't want to use a
first-
pass, but
yeah.
because you want to be able to use fake names and stuff. But yeah, you want to get in and then not get caught. But
Unless they started at
I don't know
Disney
why I'm giving
Springs.
advice to pickpockets. I have like
Get
20
in,
years
but
of
I'll get caught.
investigative
just do it at
experience.
Disney Springs. You don't need to buy a ticket.
Yeah, honestly, that's more. That is actually people are probably more aware when they're just in the regular shops and restaurants than they are when they're standing in line for stuff. They're more crowded and bunched up.
Yeah, because you're doing Genie Plus or whatever and virtual queue, so you're not even paying attention to
Yeah.
what's going on around you.
And when
Although
you're in
you'll have your
line,
phone with
you're if you remember the Indiana Jones queue,
Yeah.
when you're inside,
Yeah.
it's easy to pickpocket.
Oh
people.
yeah, it's so dark in there.
And people are bumping into each other anyway because
Yeah.
you're so crammed.
Yeah.
So you're not thinking somebody's taking something. You think, it's crowded. So,
Huh.
yeah. That's,
I'm glad they got caught.
We'll stop giving advice. What's up with French Market?
I already
you-
said that. I said
Oh.
that when I talked about Splash Mountain.
Oh,
I moved it.
so
up.
we're done.
Yep.
Okay. Well, now it's time for Wakanda Forever. So if you guys can tune out now if you don't want to be spoiled, but if you want a chance at a giveaway, continue to listen. All right. Should I play the chimes?
Sure. Hello.
Hello, it's spoiler time. So we thought we would just give our take on Wakanda Forever. Obviously, aka Black Panther 2.
And I wanted to point out that at first they were going to release it on Disney Plus on January 20th.
Mhm.
And then you were like, that doesn't make sense. That's just a random date. They should just do it February 1st because it's Black History Month.
Yeah.
And then the next day they're like, just kidding. We're releasing it on February 1st.
And we decided to spoil it because this is the podcast right before February.
Yeah.
Because our next podcast will be in February. And we'll be doing a new giveaway, and we got a bunch of other stuff going on. So. But yeah. So first, my overall take, it's a really good movie.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good movie. And under the circumstances, Chadwick Boseman's death, I don't even know how they could even do a movie.
Right.
So Krugler pulled it out. I think he hit it out of the park. I think there was a couple of things, and I go into spoiler details. I always say this is a spoiler review, but it's really just our take, and sometimes the things I say will be spoiler-ish because I'm telling you about things that I like that happened in the movie. But I think first of all, I want to talk about the cultural significance of it, and then I want to talk about the MCU significance of it, and. From a cultural standpoint, I think it was a very important movie. Believe it or not just for African Americans, but for Latinos Americans, because the way they did Namor his name is Namor in the comics, but they redid that whole origin story.
Yeah.
And his name is Namor or Kukulkan, as M'Baku would say.
Yes.
Which is an actual Aztec god, the winged serpent god. It was cool. I mean, it was fire. My stepfather is Mexican descent, and he used to, as a kid, paint pictures of like Aztec deities and stuff, and always read up on them. And actually, no, the winged serpent is that Quetzalcoatl? I don't remember. I get them mixed up. But my apologies if I mixed them up. But I do know he has winged feet, so I thought it was, he would be the winged serpent. But yeah, it was very, it was a mixture of Aztec and Mayan, cultures. But yeah, it was really cool. The art style, the way that they depicted, why they had to live underwater, the colonialism that took them underwater.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like this message of why do people that have so much in common always have beef? Because that's what you go on in the real world, and then all people are really kind of the same, They're kind of, everybody's gone through struggles, every ethnic group, I have friends who are from Ireland and Scotland, and yeah, if you go through their history, they've been through a lot. Even people will say, well, Germans, well, back during the Roman Empire, they got it too. If you go back enough through history, every group of people has gotten colonized at some point, So I think that message can actually, if everyone looked at it like that, it's not really as divisive as a few people are saying it is, Also, I think that the ability to, when they brought up the issues, they kind of started and ended in, well, not started, but ended in Haiti, was kind of a cool message.
Oh, yeah.
Because, and the legacy of Black Panther will continue because he has a son that no one knew about. Well, apparently, the Queen knew about.
The Queen knew.
Yeah, and a couple others. But, so that was pretty cool. So, yeah, this whole history, and then they dealt with grief. The movie, I guess the overall theme was grief and war. Grief and war, right?
Yeah.
And grief, war, and colonization. Those are probably the three main themes. Because, and the thing was weird is that colonization, we have to remember that it's not really about Wakanda. Wakanda was never colonized, right? But Namor's kingdom was, and that's why they had to flee under the sea, and they ate that special plant. And now, hundreds of years later, that fear of colonization is what keeps them isolated because everybody wants their vibranium. So, if you haven't seen the movie, Namor's kingdom has vibranium just like Wakanda, and Wakanda was actually arrogant to think we're the blessed people. Their whole culture was based on the fact that they were blessed because they were the only people who received vibranium. And it turns out, no, you're not. You're not that special.
We have it too.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny because that's kind of another thing that you would see in the modern world of people of faith, religious, their religion is all based on this. But science, which is a meteor, like if a giant meteor that was as big as a mountain hit Earth, why do you think the pieces would just fall in your country? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're supposed to be this really evolved people, but then even though they're so scientifically advanced, they never even thought to look other places on Earth. And in fact, they were so arrogant that people in the United States thought, well, maybe we should look for vibranium. Since Wakanda's not just handing it out like candy, maybe we should start building a machine and looking for vibranium. Wakanda could have looked for vibranium probably 100 years ago because they're that, technologically advanced. You know what I mean? But they didn't. And that was the arrogance of their belief system.
Yeah.
And so they were not immune from it. They were always accusing Americans and, the West of being arrogant. They themselves were arrogant, and then they suffered for it because that whole thing led to a conflict with Namor and in the comics it's Atlanteans. I can't pronounce the name of his kingdom. It's actually in the movie. Tukak something. It starts with a T. but yeah. So that was the arrogance of Wakanda. Is pretty much shows that all people are arrogant, but even Namor was arrogant. And thought that he could win everything by war. You can't, because there's always going to be somebody that can beat you.
Right.
So I think it was culturally relevant because it actually extended the legacy of Chadwick Boseman. I was one of the few people who agreed with not recasting. I think that they could have had another Black Panther. Obviously, Shuri ended up being the new Black Panther. And that actually happens in the comics. I'm not mad at that. I always thought it should be Killmonger, who did appear in the film, but
he was dead for real.
In the Ancestor
See, I
plane.
kind of knew Marvel doesn't do wake up from the dead the way Star Wars did Sidious.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't think so, because Marvel never has brought anybody back from the dead.
Or if they do, there's a very good reason in way, like
like
Gamora.
White Vision or Gamora.
There's a plot device behind it.
Yeah.
It's not just one day you're dead when they wake up. I thought he was buried in the sea and the Atlanteans resurrect him. That's why I thought it would be a good way to do it, but they didn't go that route. And and the reason I say that is because he's such a good villain.
Yeah.
Even the short 5 minutes he was in the movie was great.
Yeah.
And all he was doing was talking to Shuri. So, but we're having this whole multiversal arc. There's still a chance he could come back.
True.
So, because he's already in What If.
Oh yeah.
So, if you guys didn't know that, go watch the What If episodes, and he actually plays a major part in there. They show you how dangerous he really is.
Yeah.
In What If, in his potential. So, yeah, and I think they did. So, from a cultural standpoint, I think for Latin Americans, they did them right. I think for African Americans, they did them right. I think for just the legacy of Chadwick Boseman, they handled that correctly. They mourned his death, and they just said he passed from a disease. They didn't get into details, and I think that's fine. So yeah, I think it was a good movie. I think even though you always have people like oh, it's going to be a girl power movie. No one complain. Even the Red Pill guys didn't complain about that because it kind of flowed and she kind of I was kind of worried because Shuri wasn't really a warrior, but it showed that she can fight. And she would train with her brother.
And I think it's the anger that
Yeah.
fueled her.
Yeah.
Because she was,
Mm-hmm.
the movie was about her being angry,
Yeah.
holding the
About
anger.
revenge and
Mhm.
grief and what grief can do to you, and then her finally letting it go. And it wasn't until the mid credit or after credit scene that she actually really let go.
Yeah. I think she sort of let go when she was going to finish off Namor.
Yeah.
And she didn't because she
Mhm.
saw her mom and then she let go.
And I think what a lot of people forget, and there are some people, and it's always like everybody wants a movie to be about their agenda, right? So there is like some, people in the blackosphere, I should say, that were like upset because of now we're getting more into the MCU stuff about how like Ross and Val shouldn't have been in the movie. Because they're like, well, that takes away. I'm like, why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't they be in the movie? This is about a world.
What is their complaint about Ross and Val? Ross should be in it.
They
for
just
sure.
wanted it to be about Africans and Latin. They just
Oh.
thought that took away from it, which is, dude, not everything's about your agenda. you know
Yeah, and
what
I
mean?
think they added kind of to the conflict too.
They were the
main
reason.
villains.
Well, not the villains, but like they represented why there's always beef against
Yeah.
why minorities fight each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Why
It
no?
actually
that-
plays into that
They
agenda.
were the reason why Namor was upset.
Not Ross so much. He was
Yeah.
an ally, but yeah, and
The government. Just kidding.
yeah,
Secret society government.
you know, yeah, it's the French. Let's blame the French.
Oh yeah, the French. That's right.
But I think that it was, but from even a stronger standpoint, Wakanda Forever was placed in this weird place in the MCU timeline because Phase 4 was kind of meh. You know, it was meh. There was some good highlights. There was some good
Yeah.
stuff, but a lot of people were disappointed with
Yeah.
it. And then you have this big, not only cultural but emotional movie
Mm-hmm.
that's the end of Phase 4, and it's kind of like, well, you don't want that to be, because they're looking for something that kind of connects to the rest of the MCU. One of the main complaints for Phase 4 is that it didn't really didn't have that connective tissue that Phase 3 did, that led up to Phase 3. All the things in Phase 1 and 2 led up to Endgame. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And all the stuff in Phase 4 kind of didn't lead into each other. You know, everybody's expecting to see Mephisto here. Everyone thought Kane was in every corner. Everyone thought, and there were some things that pointed to these things, but none of them really connected to each other.
Yeah.
So I think that was the main thing that was missing, because that's the MCU's brand. And so now I think what Krugler did and what Kevin Feige did is they're like, look, we do have a plan. Yes, and part of that is going to be in our big thing that we're ending the phase as,
Mhm.
and now that like all these movies like the Thunderbolts, and there's going to be so many Disney Plus, maybe even Armor Wars and a lot of other things are going to be connected to these characters that we're really pushing out there in Wakanda Forever.
Mhm.
Because Sherry's not even back in Wakanda. She's in Haiti. And she might be world traveling. She might be.
And isn't it that M'Baku is now the king of Wakanda?
M'Baku's now king.
Right? 'Cause
Or at least
nobody
he challenged for it.
him.
But we know because everyone's probably scared of him.
Well, and then he said the Black Panther's not going to challenge him.
So
right?
if y'all want to step
So-
up, but he'll probably win.
Yeah.
And so now you have the Black Panther, the current Black Panther who's outside of Wakanda in the world at large.
Mhm.
Now you have Ross who's now on the run, but
Mhm.
but his only ally is Wakanda and
Mhm.
Shuri. He ended up helping her,
Mhm.
and you have Namor out there, and you have all this vibranium that's not just in Wakanda anymore.
Yeah.
And now you have Riri Williams.
Mhm.
She's going to get her own show.
Mhm.
So you have Wakanda Forever. The biggest complaint from Marvel fans would have been it doesn't connect to anything. Yes, it was a good movie, but like the rest of Phase 4, it didn't push anything forward. This pushed at least 3 other projects forward, maybe even more,
Mhm.
right? It definitely the Thunderbolts,
Mhm.
definitely Ironheart.
Mhm.
And then, Namor is going to probably show up somewhere.
Mhm.
And it could even be Young Avengers, it could be, and there's a lot of like others, like I say, international type stuff, Armor Wars, Secret Invasion that I think Ross and Val are going to pop up in.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So overall, I think I would give it, out of 1 out of 10, I would probably give it a 9.
Mm.
And it's a 10 if you think of the hardships and the pandemic and the death of their main star. Their main star
Yeah.
passed away.
Yeah.
you
It's
know
a 10 in terms of what
what they had to go
Coogler had to
through.
work with.
Yeah, they had a whole script and everything.
Yeah.
Before he passed away, and so having to deal with that and do everything right, because you have a black man writing stuff for Latin Americans. That could have gone horribly wrong too.
Yeah.
and it went right, you know. So there's so many ways this movie could have just fallen off a cliff from a critic's perspective, from a cultural perspective, and I think, just from a respect perspective for Chadwick Boseman and his family, and they nailed all of them, and I saw disrespect from just as somebody who has to be a creator and deal with all of that, and you got to figure all those people were close friends of Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
When you work on a movie with somebody, you're on set with them for months.
Yeah.
So they're dealing with their own grief in real life on top of this, and going through that. So you wrap all that and give it to anybody. I don't think most people could have even made a D+ movie. They made an A movie.
Yeah.
So hats off to them. Hats off to the entire production crew of Marvel and Krugler, and all the actors involved, everybody involved. It was really great, and I encourage you to see it. If you haven't seen it, it'll be on Disney Plus in a
February
week.
1st.
Yeah, well, this week actually, this coming week, and so we are giving away another spoiler giveaway. You can see it on Instagram, Facebook. It is a Funko Pop Namor figurine. And all you have to do to prove that you listen to this, I was thinking of a quote from the movie, and
They're all sad quotes.
They're all long, So I'll give you a choice of two. One from Namor is, the how is not as important as why, which is when Shuri asks him, how does this undersea kingdom exist? And I think that's something that you can apply to a lot of things in life. Ask about the why. The how is cool, but why? Pretty soon we're going to be asking that about AI. Yeah, how did you do it at school? But why? So that could be one of the quotes you can give us, or I dream of it, which is the supervillain quote, which is Val Allegra Fontaine, Julia Louis-Dreyfus character, when Ross asks her, could you imagine what we would, if vibranium was in our hands or in the hands of the United States, and she's like, I dream of it. So those are the two quotes. I dream of it, or the how is not as important as why. Just give us one of those two quotes. You can submit it to us, info@ropedroppingknowledge.com, or direct message us, Facebook or Instagram, and we will enter you to get that Namor Funko Pop limited edition. All right.
When does it end?
Oh, yeah, huh? I forgot. Things have to end. But it's Wakanda Forever, so I thought it was just going to go on forever. So this particular giveaway, you know what? Let's just end it on February 11th.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do February 11th, 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Must be 18 years or older. We ain't sending out stuff to no kids. And yeah, I think that's it for now. We will be updating you from our double-day park visit this weekend, next week. And we still got that keychain, so come find us. I think that's it. I'm Brian.
I'm Tracy.
Stay magical.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe, and visit us at www.ropedroppingknowledge.com.